I went into Leviticus crossing my fingers that we'd get a new horror classic for this era. My fingers got uncrossed pretty quickly. The film follows two teenage boys who become haunted by a supernatural force that seems to have been brought on by a priest. The biggest thing Leviticus has going for it is the cinematography. The movie does an excellent job capturing that isolated hometown, middle of nowhere atmosphere. My biggest issue is the pacing and the editing, and a lot of that comes back to the direction for me. The movie feels like it needed more time. Had the runtime been longer and given us more opportunities to connect with the characters, I think the entire film could have worked better. Performance-wise, Joe Bird and Stacey Clausen both do a solid job of what they're given, but I also think that they were hurt by the runtime. The characters never really get enough room to fully develop, and the same can be said for several of the supporting characters. And as far as the horror itself goes, if you've been following me for any length of time this year, then you know that horror hasn't exactly been winning for me lately. Unfortunately, Leviticus didn't change that. I got one genuinely effective jump scare, and that was pretty much it. The thing I found the most interesting about Leviticus is the central theme. At its core, Leviticus is dealing with homophobia and using that idea as the driving force behind the supernatural element. I actually like that concept. I just don't think the movie fully executes it. The overall tone is definitely unsettling, though. There are multiple scenes that create a sense of discomfort and frustration as the events unfold. As far as my original question going into the movie, does the title actually matter? After watching it, I would honestly have to say no. Outside of some religious imagery and moments of blatant bigotry, I don't think the movie does enough with its biblical connections to justify the title in a meaningful way. And judging by my theater, I don't think I was alone in feeling underwhelmed. The audience was mostly silent during the horror sequences, and there wasn't much reaction throughout. One thing I discovered afterward is that I could have rented this on Apple TV for almost the same amount I spent on a movie ticket. Knowing what I know now, that's probably the route I'd recommend. Leviticus is worth watching, but I'd recommend staying at home to watch it. Overall, I'm giving Leviticus a 2.5 out of 5. If you've seen it, let me know whether you think the title and the timing of the release actually added something to the experience or was it mostly marketing. Later today, I will be reviewing Death of Robin Hood. Till then, peace.